Santos, after the touchdown, he's out to kick this one off. Here's Williams on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
Williams in motion. From the gun on third down, it's gone. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Jack Fox now. And on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. To return, it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And trying to get any kind of burst in these conditions. The only burst is from the clouds. Slowed up, just a gain of a couple. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
And the Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Swift. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but down around the 15-yard line. What a run by Swift. An even 40 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Swift. The ball comes out. And the Lions have come up with the football. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive at this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
He'll let this one go long for Williams. And it's a big play. He's finally taken down. What a way to end the first. They can't wait to start the next quarter. We are through one. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. First and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. And he let him a bit too much. Pass is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second down.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Gibbs. And he'll take this one in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. What a season it has been. He's at 28 touchdowns now for the year. Bates, good with the extra point. And the Lions will level things out at 7 apiece.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Jackson now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. Forced to his right. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. We'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. Still going inside the 20. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone.
31 yards.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
First and 10 at the
Down Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
He was taken down behind.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11.
Second and 11.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And a nice gain there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up third down.
That's a gain of 8.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth down.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to fourth down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with it.
He'll push ahead to the 21. Jack Sanborn on the stop. They face second down and 7. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Lions first down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Detroit.
12. Super.
Here's Goff. Going left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10.
Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run the draw with Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. Throwing on second down. Goff. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
It is 3rd and long. Goff to throw. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. A big hole. And he will score. Jameson Williams. Touchdown Lions. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jackson now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. To throw, it's Williams. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender, bodied his man up, wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And this will be a Lions 1st down as the tackle is made just shy of the 40.
Really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Here comes 2nd and 4. To throw is Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it's out to the 20-yard line. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch, and now fourth down. Here's Tory Taylor now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back to the second half in just a moment. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
32-yard line.
Give up the middle with Swift. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Brian Branch in on the tackle.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
A run here with Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
Go, come on! Yes, sir. Set.
Throwing, Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Called their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come. It's fourth down is looming. Here's a designed run. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down. What a stand.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
They will run it over center with Swift. And trying to get any kind of burst in these conditions. The only burst is through clouds. Slowed up, just a gain of a couple. From the 31, here is 2nd and 8.
What is up?
On the ground, it's Swift. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and if you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
What is up?
On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And he'll get the 1st down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Malcolm Rodriguez. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his 1st on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. To throw is Williams. That's to the big rookie out of Michigan, Colston Loveland. Just his 1st catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Run now for Monunga. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Avon Thibodeau with the stop. It is 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Monunga gonna get it again. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Malcolm Rodriguez in for the tackle.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Williams. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
What? Hey, 5. 180.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Black 20.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. On to the fourth quarter, and it begins with a run by Gibbs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
It's a toss play, left to Gibbs. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Detroit.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. And the Lions first down.
It's a first carry for the veteran Raheem Mostert. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Mostert, a first down, and more. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards.
First down.
Go to the
First and goal, Detroit.
White 20.
The motion man here is Wilson. Mostert is in for a Lions touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Next to score, Lions 21, Bears 7. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jackson now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Williams. That's a short one caught by Loveland. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On third and 2, it's Williams. He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
The Bears first down.
Williams to the air once more. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
First down.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. Throwing again, Williams. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They try to throw again. Here's Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
7. Throw it again. It's Williams. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Here we go. 1st and goal. Williams. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Another one from the 5. 2nd down and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Powering forward. He's in. Kyle Manunga. Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
That's pulled in, and they're able to tag on a 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Hold on. Check. Come on. Okay.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And will take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Mostert. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. pitched off. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now flags fly. Looks like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15. They'll run here. And he'll get the penalty yardage and then some back, and is very close to a 1st down.
Made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. 1st down, Chicago.
1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll run. And he'll push forward a little snow plow. Gain a yard as the snow intensifies.
1-yard gain. Brings up
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. Now he'll run. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Ideal circumstance there. They get the 1st down and preserve that final timeout.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
13 more yards.
The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And he searches for it for a gain of about 5. Here comes 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Jadeveon Clowney in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. Now Williams. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
File this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Down to a knee, and that will do it. They wrap up the regular season with a victory. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They finish off the regular season in grand style. They are division champions. Get a home game next weekend in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.